Hey everybody. All right, so we already have this 7 win in the books. We're on the third expedition set this week. So I might experiment a bit here, some lesser played stuff, and see if we can kind of get anything going. So, as normal, I'll explain like my thoughts on a lot of the guys. They tend to be pretty quick, and like I'm just looking for like a bunch of consistency normally. So we got Darius, a Legion Grenadier. He's good for being aggressive. If someone misses the 2 drop, he's gonna hit him for 3, and then even if he trades later, you got 5 in. Like that's a quarter of the health. It's real strong. Might +3 and overwhelm. You can get big hits in here. I normally like to play Noxus because it's very aggressive. And a lot of people just kind of are missing the early drop, so you can just run them over. So we got Braum. Braum's that weird guy because like he kind of harasses people. You really need to like put a permanent pump on him to make him like clear boards, and then he has the whole thing where he makes the mighty poros if he flips. But there's so many answers a lot of the time. Like if he takes 3, he could just die to a lot of spells after before he ever gets the flip, and like that's a struggle, right? Because if an opponent doesn't attack and you don't attack, like and you get your attack, it takes a while to flip him. Elixir of Iron's pretty good combat trick. The 2 health. They go to kill a guy. It only costs you 1 to barely stay alive. And then we've got a 2/4 that, as he takes damage and lives, gets bigger and bigger. This guy can actually be pretty scary because if he blocks a 3/2, he'll be at 5/4. I'm sorry, well 5/1 because he took the 3 damage, right? But then he's trading with like a bigger guy later, or taking a small spell to the face and dying. But if he ever kills like a 1 cost guy, he's a 5/3 all of a sudden. So it's very big. Then we've got Teemo, Clump of Wumps, Eager Apprentice. Pretty aggressive start. Like I feel like I don't really care about Clump of Wumps that much. The 2/2's like so. Because the 2/3s and the 3/3s, he just falls off. Whereas Chump Wump being a 4/4 is huge. I said I'd go with something new. So we're gonna take this Braum deck, even though I'm gonna hate life. Do I? Or I could just show you guys how to play aggression. I think showing how to play aggression might be better. Like, realistically, if I'm just playing brand new stuff, I'd go here. Like Teemo's just so. I'm not a big fan of the cheap parts of Teemo, but the knowing how to play aggressive is going to be key because it's going to be really easy to get the high win counts and push for 7s off of it. All right, so we do have some adjustments here. Normally, I try to lock in Hecarim whenever he's given, but oddly enough, I have a quest to win 2 games with Hecarim. So I'm actually going to pass on him, but I'd say normally here I would consider the Hecarim. The problem is the Scuttlegeist doesn't really work with the deck. The Stirred Spirit does though. It's on curve, and you can like pump up any of the Last Breath guys. I think they're Last Breath. I can't remember actually what the heck it's called. Yeah, Last Breath. Okay. Play too many games. Dying Breath, whatever. So the options here are Ash and going kind of slow, which really isn't necessarily something I want. In theory, though, their guys do a lot of tempo things with the Frost, so you could like push in via it, or you could just go Draven with this Battering Ram's kind of big. We'll just push the Noxus and we'll pick up a second region in a bit. Shiraza deal double damage to Nexus and Legion Grenadier. Shiraza's not really good. Where we get House Spider and Arachnoid Sentry. This is very aggressive. I like this. And then Avalanche and a Kindly Tavern. This is back to being slow. So I'm going to go with the House Spider and the Arachnoid Sentry. We're going to be looking to get a bunch of 1-drops so that we hit curve from the beginning, if we can. So crowd favorites, really good once you spam the board. Savage Reckoner, very solid finisher to go with Darius. Minotaur Reckoner, just a big guy, stuns the cheap guys, especially if you've been clearing boards. It's real solid. Legion Drummer, solid 2-drop 3/2. Giving the guy quick attacks also very good once you get to like the big stats ones, because then if they let's say you're swinging with 2 3/2s and they have a couple of guys that can block that are like equal size to trade. Your other guy they have to let in or just lose a guy. Then we get Frenzied Skitterer and Arachnoid Horror. So I think here I'm fine pulling in Shadow Isles. These 2 are very aggressive. The Fearsome lets you get in. And if we do end up finding an Elise, which is very possible, you're set there. But like I said, we're aiming for that early drop aggression. We already have 3 3s for guys and 2 2s. So like either of these would add late game cards via the 7s and 6s. So it's a concern. All right, we get another House Spider and Arachno Sentry if we want it. This is like where the deck starts to turn into an Elise version if we can. Basilisk Rider is very good if you're high in Noxus because it's a 6/3 with Overwhelm. So it can trade into 3/2s, but it'll still have got 4 to the face. Whirling Death, we can fight a guy, or not fight, but we strike. And then Rekindler plus a Scuttlegeist. Rekindler can be really good with Darius, but the Scuttlegeist is very bad here for us. The early aggression is clutch, so we'll just push that. All right, Precious Pet and a Glimpse. This is solid. Precious Pet goes back into the Spider plan. Ruination. We could have a board wipe option if we wanted, with sack to draw 2 off of our 1/1s, or we can go River Shaper plus a Scaled Snapper to get into a third one. Going to a third one seems bad, especially for these guys. So they both have Glimpse, so it becomes 1-drop 2/1 Fear versus Fearsome versus Ruination. I feel pretty good about my guys. We got to think about this, right? Because we could get stuck somewhere on some guys, and then Ruination would be a great backup plan, but we don't have 1-drops. So I'm going to skip on the Ruination, which may be a huge mistake. Glimpse, once again, we can sack the extra spiders to draw, Vile Feast, lots of tempo early. Intimidating Roar, stunning all enemies with 4 or less is really strong for getting in, and then a 5/4. That's like a good win condition card. Legion Veteran, we don't have any self pings, so that's not largely beneficial, or big guys. And then Blood for Blood, just makes copy of guys. It costs too much and is very slow. Legion Veteran's a very big guy though. I'd take the Trifarian here. We have a bunch of 3-drops, but it's a bunch of Arachnoid Sentries, so we have a lot of tempo, and then we can Intimidating Roar and swing out. Vile Feast and Glimpse are fine, but it's all about pushing. Alright, Crocodile and Brood Awakening are not going to work for us. Because, you don't want to kill 2 of your guys to play a 7/7. In theory, you could, right? We have the House Spiders, but we don't have, any of the Last Breath guys. Why can't I remember the name correctly? Yeah, Last Breath. So we would have to trade 2 actual guys who are probably already trading. Well, actually, so here's the thing. The Brood Awakening becomes ridiculous, right? Because we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 spiders or 8 spiders already. And this would summon 3 of them and pump our guys. So I might actually take this. Because if you House Spider and do stuff and then Crocodile into it, the Crocodile is going to be really large. I'm not super attached to the Reckoner and the Saboteur here. And the Elixir of Wrath and the Whirling Death really just don't excite me. The Elixir of Wrath is good, though, for having the House Spiders 1/1s trade with some guy. We're going to take this. More Spiderlings than the Crocodile. I could be wrong about the Crocodile, but we'll find out the hard way in a second. So Decisive Maneuver, Stun a guy, Pumper guys. Could be good with the House Spiders. Another Spider, 3/2. We really want to find an Elise. Legion Rearguard and Grenadier. This is the early drops again, which tend to be great. You could run Fresh Offerings with the fact that I have this many, guys coming off of House Spider potentially in a Warden's Prey. I would take the Decisive Maneuver because in theory we're going to have enough guys to swing in with the fact that we have some decent Fearsomes coming out and the stuns. We're probably going to get to an okay board state, and swinging in and making people block and then trading their guys is going to be good. I still want some 1-drops, but we only have 4 sets of picks left. Prankster, our guy dies, deal 1. Hapless Aristocrat. So that's going to be solid for finishing. Frenzied Skitterer again, which is really good for the Fearsomes. And then Grasp, it's a piece of removal. Guillotine and a Brother's Bond. The Brother's Bond here is really good, again, with the spiders. Man, do we just go all in on 3? Because our 4 doesn't exist, right? So we're almost guaranteeing ourselves to hit 2. But we're 100% on 3. Or I could just take the Aristocrat and the Prankster. The Prankster does finish people off. Late game, we're blocking and still pinging off damage. I should probably take this, to be honest with you, especially since we have the Crocodile. The Aristocrat works out well there. We have the whole spider thing going. But the Frenzied also pumps the spiders, right? So that pumps it without being terrible stuff. And we get Grasp. So we'll go there. We get a Guillotine and we get access to a Horror again. Trifarian Glory Shield's very good. I don't care too much about the Shield Breaker. He does stuff because he's can't be blocked by the super small guys, but not super happy. And then we get Hapless and a Vile Feast. I think this is easily, for me, Hapless in the Vile Feast. A lot of tempo there. The one drop. The Guillotine's good for killing off any fat guys. And then the Horror is just good in general, right? Like none of the one drops can block him. They get in. The Vile Feast just sets up well if they try to chump the 1/1s. Uh, the Assessor is not amazing here. We don't have a lot of fives. The Blood for Blood, not so good at all. House Spider and Vile Feast. Hey, look, more spiders. Or Curse Keeper and a Vengeance. I'm going to keep the spider thing going here. Because we have two Frenzy Skitterers as well as Brood Awakening, like going full on spiders is amazing. And we hit the bananas. We got the Arachnoid host, so our spiders can just get really large. And we do have a 1 ping here. Or we could trade it with a guy, and we have so much Shadow Isles that the Allegiance isn't guaranteed. And then there's Withering Rail and Vengeance to clear the path. Arachnoid Host and the Blade's Edge makes sense to me, just because how many spiders we have. Like if we can count the Hapless 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 12, 13, and the 2 vials. Just double check it to make sure I didn't cheat myself. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 14, yeah, 15. Okay. Maybe I count, but bad at counting somewhere. I don't know. But this is great. Snatch and Steal. All right. So we've got one last pick, and then we can trade. So we can summon 2 1/1s if an ally died, and we get another Hapless. That's very aggressive. But like they're not largely beneficial, right? Like we would prefer a couple more 1-drop, but we want like 3 2s. Hitting for 1s isn't relevant enough. They do set up the sentries. It's not like we have Elise though. I might be fine here with Legion Drummer. Or we can go Trifarian. So it becomes Legion Drummer or Trifarian. Legion Drummer wins out because we have so many 3s already. Like the Crawling Sensation would make us more guys for Skitterer, Host, and Brood Awakening, but I think the 1/1s would just get stuck very frequently, and I'd rather have this with a late game. Alright, so we can trade out a Roar, not happening. We trade out a Vile Feast for a Reckoner, not likely. You can trade out a Blade's Edge for a 5/1 to trade the guy. That seems like an auto for me. The Challenger on this means like we're going to get in, and if someone doesn't have a blocker, we can swing for 5. Like that's strong. Alright. So let's just recheck through the deck. Where's my stats button, you jerks? Alright. So we have 2 1-drops we can find. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 2-drops. You don't really want this one though on 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 3-drops. 1 4, 2 5, 3 5, no, yeah, 2 5s, and 2 6s. Okay. So like the importance behind knowing the numbers is if you don't have like the deck tracker or whatnot, you want to be able to do kind of some basic math. Because like when you're mulliganing, you need to decide how many cards you can mull to try to effectively find your 2-drop. If you don't have one, and whether to keep a 3 or not. Like if I had like 4 2-drops, then I'd probably have to mull most of the hand, if not all of it. With the fact that I have 8, it means I can be a bit more liberal because the number of cards in my deck is only 30. So like a fourth of it, right? All right, Ezreal, Zed. Things we would do for an Elise man. All right, so because I have so many 3s, I'm fine throwing the entire hand back. We have to be careful of Static Shock. So there we go. We got the 2s, and we set up for the Crocodile. The Crocodilio. There is some concern here about running into a Static Shock, but because we have this 1/1s, I'm okay with this. I'm not going to jam in my guy before attacking. Or I could now. All right. Let's push the aggression. If he plays a 3-2, we're okay with it. Or that's a big lady. We'll push in here. If he blocks a 2-2, we can kill it. All right. So he didn't come in at all. That means we're going to get to Crocodile here. Alright, so we're gonna skip the block. Yeah, I can't do anything anyways. Submitted.
What's up, Joe?
So the decision here I have to think about is whether to push with Vile Feast stuff, but I think we're gonna go for the decisive maneuver. I'm concerned about what he can play for a spell on his next round. He could have Recall. Recall would be a blowout. But this shrink here, right, is ginormous for us. So I could play it and have 4 left up. I think he could have a True Shot Barrage. That would stink. Alright, let's start with a Glory Seeker. Because I could Vile Feast if I want to. But we want this 2-3 dead. I want whatever guy he plays to get shrunk with the Skitterer. And for our guys to just be overall big enough. I could Vile Feast to make this guy a 2-2 and then like have an extra dude down, but it seems far less relevant because I can't hit both of them. This also kind of prevents him from playing a guy that he cares about. Alright, and now we'll pump our spiders and try to swing. We have a glimpse on the back end if he like shocks our guy. Alright, so he's repumped his guys. But that pump is largely irrelevant. Okay, so hold on. We'll do that, and I think this is the one that matters. None of them can block this guy. They would trade with that guy in the 7-7 we did it. So I'm okay with this. Normally you want to kill the lifesteal guy because of the way we're rushing, but we're swinging for 16 right now. So what combat spell could he have? A big trick? And I don't want to give him this with a big trick because I can, if he blocks a 3-3 or a 3-2 here, I don't mind sacrificing it. If he pumps this guy. It's only for the round. I'm fine sacrificing my guy. My guy would die anyways. So we get in for 10 here to put him to 6. He'll be back to 8 on his round. You could have a deny here for my glimpse. That would give him 2 health. Could have another combat trick. But this is the other reason the 5-1 doesn't pull in the 2-6. Ooh, this Arachnoid Hoist going to make non-existent spiders so big. Sure, you want to fight my crocodile? You fight crocodile? I punch you in face? Oh, man. That may be a mistake of his lifetime. We can play the Brood Awakening and have a bunch of guys, and then pump them all to be ginormous on my next round. Or I could just leave them for stuns. I think just leaving them for stuns works. Because we can fast stun a guy, not bat an eye. We have a spider, like, expedition deck. We got like 16 spider cards. I forgot to, I can't Biofeast first. Yeah, fight the crocodile. I could let him play a guy and just have really, really large guys. What could I run into here? Static's, I guess, the big concern. But we can throw this guy back if he tries to heal. Alright, we got decisive maneuver for any trick that would save him. He's going to throw the 3-3 probably to our 7-7 and Zed into the spider maybe, or vice versa. He doesn't really get a choice in that. Yeah, and he's going to try to chump here. If he does this and has like a recall trying to save Zed is how he dies. Unless he has to deny. Okay. This would have killed him. I could have just let it go. This actually just wins, right? Like, the guy going back and I'm swinging. Even if he kills one of them, I'm still fine. Okay, so he had to deny. That's fine. We hit him for 6 to put him to 4. That's a big man. I'm really glad I didn't try to let him play that guy first. Sure, guy. Sure. We got this nice little chump blocker that'll go 2 to his face. Depending on what he does here. Okay, so he'll stun our guys. So this is going to lock up a lot of his guys here. He could still decide to swing, but that puts him in a weird spot. They only got 4 left. He'd go like 3 to face. Alright, so what do we want here? We want a dead guy. Chump block here. Jump block here. That could kill me. This wouldn't kill me. Feels bad, though. Twin Disciplines wouldn't kill me off of this. He'd be short by 1. Alright, so if I kill this guy, he'll have 3 guys. And I'd have 5. Or I could just play Draven. Killing one of his blockers seems the most reasonable here. Because at worst... Yeah, at worst case, he has to let us in for 3. And he has to die, so... Yeah. Forever young. I wanna be forever young. All right, Elise. Oh, we're taking the Elise. I don't care what else there is. No, okay, let's really talk about it. So we have Draven, Scuttlegeist. Scuttlegeist not so great. Precious Pet, solid. Darius, you know, a whirling death for a fight and a big guy. We have Elise who works with 8 million spiders, another spider and another set of spiders, and it's like, I already have a 5-drop spider that pumps, and I have a 6-drop that makes 3 spiders and pumps. I wonder what I'm gonna take. Question nothing. Steal everything. All right, so we have Elise, Darius, and a Draven. Beautiful times, baby. Beautiful times. We're over here trying to play like constructed. People want to play expedition. All right, we got the 1-drops. We got 2. Think, what does he get? Fiora, Tryndamere. The Hapless Aristocrat's much worse here. I'm going to keep these 2 spiders because I can play one and then play the other and swing. Him being Freljord, I could get, in theory, blown out by the 3-1 Ice Guy. But I think I'm pretty happy about this. If he plays the 2-1 of a Rosen Sentry to draw, he can't block, and I get to swing for 5. War Chefs, that's fine. He can't block either of those. Hope is he plays like an X1 so we can snipe it off and get a 1-1. Oh. We have to might our guy to kill the Fiora. I'm okay with leading out with the Trifarian. Or Trifarian. Trifarian, yeah. There isn't... Most guys he plays can't actually block this and survive. Yeah. So, like, that's fine. So he can make that trade. I'd be okay with that. Yeah. So he was down to 10. We have Mr. Fearsome coming in a second. I probably should have held off and kept the Vile Feast there. Ugh. So he might just pull in our 5-4 with that. Oh, he's gonna pull in the 3-2. Oh, okay, he's trading there with our big guy. Can trade with this guy. This might be the last chance I get for this. I'm okay here swinging with just the Trifarian. And then we can re-up spiders. Alright, this is the tough one. Alright, let's we're gonna be greedy here. I can sack both of those to Crocodile. As long as he doesn't get a pump spell that just beats our guy. Or I guess if he gets a barrier here. Well, he can't barrier. He can frost our guy. Feels bad. Frost and go to half health? Okay. Just makes them bigger. That's fine. Alright, so the Crocodile's going to get pulled in next. If he plays a guy, though, we can Vile Feast. Vile Feasting, this makes sense. Because then the Crocodile doesn't die and we can trade there. The Fearsome Spider can't be blocked at all here. We're going to give him quick attack so no one trades into him. Alright, so we respam the board and we're going to swing out. The only thing that would change our immediate swing is, I think, Darius or something that pumps the spiders. Okay. Am I a sack? Maybe. Oh, baby. So Darius' quick attack kills her and deals 4. He dies no matter what without a spell that stops a guy. Actually, I guess he can block the 5-2. Yeah, he dies either way. Because he blocks a 5-2 and 2-3, the 3-2. Still takes 6. Dies off of the 4 overwhelm, so he has to have a spell here. Frostbite. Barrier. That still kills you. Doesn't block the rest. It only the barrier only blocks as much as the guy could take. Still for the overwhelm, so it's attack with 15 units from my hip. I don't have Ionia. What units do they have just incorrect in the system? Alright, so we get Aristocrat for a Shield Breaker. Don't really care. Crocodile's actually done his job, so I can't complain about him. We could switch an Intimidating Roar for a Whirling Breath, but the Intimidating Roar, I think, lets us just swing out into a lot of situations. So I don't think I make any of these trades. The Aristocrat's probably the closest one I consider. And it's just so we have more beefy guys on the back end. And I think I'm okay with that, because the Aristocrat's not amazing. Not for what we're doing, at least. Like, yeah, I have the spider stuff, but I don't know if there's a time besides on 1 where I really want to play the aristocrat. Okay. Spider mirror. Or actually, it's spider and burn. This Jinx makes it a little weird here. I'm really on point, though, for what the deck's setting up to do. Oh, we love this. Let's go. We get some horror. We get some sack spider. We can stun his guy. We can stun his guy and swing out. Those all seem great. So we're going to go with the horror here. Primarily because there's a lot of guys that are 2-1s, 2-2s. He gets through them all. Yeah, see, so we get to swing straight through this Elise here. All right, see what you got, man. What is he doing? I would take that trade. Does he have another one? I don't trust him. I think he has another one. But if he wants to do nothing, we'll swing for 6. Yeah. So he's trying to get more spiders, but we'll just sack to draw. And that's why we let out with the horror. Because we wanted to be able to trade. We don't care about stunning the Elise there. Preventing the 1. Preventing the spider is very strong. Yeah. So I could Skitterer and then swing. But that messes up a lot of my future plans. I could have just swung for 3. That messes. I don't like any of that. I guess I could have just made a bunch of guys. We'll just swing for 5 here. If he swings right away, we kill the Elise. If he doesn't swing, then we can Frenzied Skitter. Oh, God, okay. He got me. It's my own fault. If he greeds here, though, we just Arachnoid Sentry to lock in Elise. Yeah. I can Vile Feast and then play double. Yeah. Then I can play double House Spider. Expect him to glimpse me here first. Yeah. Works for me. We prevented 1 damage there. On our round, we're just going to Frenzied Skitterer and swing. Yeah, bring more of those. Wish you had all these guys, though, don't you? Your Elise would have flipped already. All right, 2, 4, 6. We can swing for 11 on the intimidating roll round. Ooh. Big boy. We hold back the 2-1s. Oh, God. That's brutal. He gets to get one here. I'm okay with losing one of them. None of them. Only the 4/3 can block the Skitterer. So Skitterer's in. That trade happens. That guy dies. I'm okay with this. I just need. I guess I could have played this first. Ugh. And I didn't rationalize. Like no, I didn't have a. I didn't have an open board spot. I already knew that though. All right, so we could. Oh, the Elise is stunned. Oh my god. She can beat up whoever she wants now. If he plays a guy first, we get the stunner. Okay. You do not get to come out. You stay back. Technically, I probably could have locked this guy up. Lots of small trades there. But we're gonna play Skitterer and then swing out with an intimidating roar, I think, here. Because we'll have 10 plus 3, we'll have 15. Or 13, sorry. Oh. I'll just wait. This guy's just gonna be a 4/12. And be ginormous. If he goes to 11, it puts us in that position for the following round. Plus, this guy's just going to be big in general. So, he'll be limited to his 4 cards. We take very minimal damage here. Oh, okay, guy. My luck is kind of insane right now. I need to buy some lottery tickets. The spiders crawling around her are kind of funny. I don't think I've ever noticed it. She, like, never gets to stay on the board that long. What's he thinking about? This guy real big. Yeah, opponent surrendered. No, I didn't get to stun you. I wanted to stun you. They're like, no, I give up. This 4/12 kills me. You don't even give yourself a top deck chance. I know you don't have anything, but come on, man. He was too far away. damage-wise. If I was at like 8, maybe he can get it. Okay, so this is a second Elise here, and a crowd favorite, and another Arachnoid horse. This is ridiculous. All right, just to look at the other ones. So we have crowd favorites tied here. We have a Brood Awakenings versus an Arachnoid host. So it's Draven versus Elise. And then we've got Darius coming in the back with a Trifarian Glory Seeker and an Assessor. Like I said, this is easily Elise here. Plus crowd favorite and another pump. Like, you can't go wrong there. Spiders, baby. We got the spiders. It's almost like we're playing Constructed. I think if they let us trade Draven for a Darius, then we're real close to it. We gotta be careful with barriers here. I'm not gonna have the grasp available anytime soon, but I probably need it. I'm afraid of the bird. We're gonna keep the Vile Feast for knocking barrier off. I don't think it'll be largely beneficial in general. Ooh. Hello, thank you. That Mo 1 got us our 1/1 drop. I'm gonna see if I can exit and then repopulate it with, or reopen it to get the deck tracker online. I really want to Vile Feast that guy, but I know that's not how this game works. If you want to win, you don't Vile Feast that guy. If he has the Navori Conspirator that bounces her, all right, then you got me, bro. But you just swing in here. This is 5. He'd have to pump his guy. So we're partway there for Darius. She's a big girl. I feel like this is the point where you play the Legion Grenadier. I'll have, what, 1 floating and 4. No, you go the Legion Drummer. The reason being is when you swing, you want to give this guy, like, this guy's probably already going to be killed, but you don't want your 3/1 to die into that guy. All right. There'll be none of that. 1 for your barrier and 1 for your face. You better have a pump spell on the back end, because another barrier does nothing here. Bye, Fiora. Oh, he had nothing. We swing like bosses. I could try to play a guy, but that's so greedy. There's just no reason to. There's a lot of things that could come up here. I'd rather take the 6. We get to see what he's doing. It puts us closer for the Grenadier kill. He plays a big guy. We play our big guy. Then on our next attack, we stun it. Like, I just don't think he had a guy there. Wow. We have to be careful of the 8-cost spell where they can fight all our guys. But if we stun whatever guy's there, the Draven makes things really interesting here because of the spinning axe. Yeah, we're going to lock this guy up and force him to play someone. So he can't cast the 8-cost spell potentially and kill us. I think it's Judgment. 2-cost guy wouldn't be big enough to kill our guys. Yeah. So that should be game. He can't block any of the threesomes. He could block this guy and gain lifesteal, but it's irrelevant. 6/6 is locked up. Yeah. Another surrender. Go spiders, go spiders, go, 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 go. Mm, mm. All right. Let's see. Vile Feast for a Battlecaster. Grasp for an Aristocrat. No. Or Battlecaster's not bad. But Vile, you know, it does the damage. We're really happy with that. Giving our guys pumped attack can be really good, but he's also small. Or Crocodile for another Sentry. So I guess the question is this. I have 4 House Spiders. The Crocodile, because of the House Spiders, is solid. Elise also makes spiders, and I can sacrifice them to get the Crocodile out. I think I can't be unhappy with the Crocodile here. The Arachnoid Sentry, I've already have 3. It's largely not doing a whole ton. So I'm going to keep the Crocodile, which could be a mistake. The Arachnoid Sentry locking stuff up, though, is really good. How many big guys do I have? We got crowd favorite. We got hosts. All right, this might be a mistake. We're going to take the Sentry. I think stunning guys, if you play against any of the tempo decks, like they play a big guy and they're planning to swing with it, we can save our 1/1, like 4 health that way, or just play our guy, stun some guy that could block our guys, and they could play a new one. All right, he has his own Elise. I expect him to also have 3 champs at this point. Or actually, I have 4 champs, so it could be 2 and 2. We do need to throw some stuff back here. I would like to find Elise, but I didn't want to like give up the Sentry and then just fail, right? Well, if he plays Elise, we can play the Horror. Sure, you got a hapless Aristocrat. Yep. Hello, Elise. Meet your arch nemesis. I'm not blocking it because I don't want him to get the spider. I shouldn't be greedy. There's no reason to be greedy here. He had that auto pass though. The pass was way too fast. No, wasn't an auto pass. What are he thinking about? Alright, another Aristocrat. So if he plays another guy on his round, we just Sentry his guys. I'm okay with those. On my round, I'm going to play Shield Breaker, and I'll swing for 8 if he wants to keep swinging for 2. Okay, so he's sack 1. He's trying to flip Elise, I think. play 2. I'll float 2 into the next round. Yeah, so he does have an Elise flip. All right, that's where we were trying to dodge for a while. We're okay with that, though. There are concerns here about like a combat trick, like back to back. Would I get blown up by a back to back? I would. Yep. I think we want to kill the aristocrat. Not at the cost of our spider. Yeah, this is fine. He's just going to be a 1-1. Sure. You may have Zidraven. It's fearsome. I can't block it if I don't want. If you won't let me. He's definitely going to throw the 3-1 into the 3-2. And we let those 2 in. Oh, that's it? Okay. Should have got in with the 5-3, man. I can't block you. We're going to pump our board here. We could also lock his guy up. If he plays some really big guy, we can lock them and pump our guys again. And just swing in. Could just play the 3 cost and do it. We could wipe a lot of a board, though. Give me your Elise. I want to eat her. Oh, no. Alright, whatever. You got my little spiders. Jerk. More spiders. All right. We have trades for his little guys. And if he plays a guy, we're still okay. Alright, should have locked up his dude. If I throw this back, he gets pumped to kill. But we're not in a commanding position there. So I'd be trading this. Seems reasonable enough. Need to get his spiders off the table. And we have backup spiders now. We have to draw a big guy, though. Because these guys have to trade with those guys. Can we get some 3 spiders for us? We need some spiders stat. Elise, where were you, man? His Elise has been doing work the entire game. I did ask for spiders. Okay. Alright. Give me some more stuff, guys. I need more stuff. He knows I have spinning axes. Alright. I'm in a top deck situation. He's got 2 cards over me. Does he have another Elise is the question. Oh, God. Alright. Darius off the top. Bad juju, man. Bad juju. Go away. Alright. Ah, go away. Okay. You got me on that one. Oh, let's go get the signal. Okay. Intimidating roar for maybe big A. Battering ram for horror, no. Glimpse for black spear. I am light on removal, but drawing cards is probably just more relevant for me. Alright, we'll skip these. We dropped the game, guys. That guy's hit the Elise, man. Okay, so we got Frost dead. So this should be two. The weird thing here is normally speaking, they only do that when you have multiples of a hero. So does Tude have 2 Ash and 2 Anivia and then 1 Zed? I attack on 3. I'm keeping the Arachnoid host. There we go. I don't want him to attack me for 4. So I'll play the spider because I can trade it. I'm going to play the 5-4 in my round. Because my base expectation is he'll either play something that I can't block anyways. I guess if he plays Zed, I'd cry. We're going to go with the 5-4 still plan. I can play 2 drops on 4. Alright. You locked up my guy. You've given me a guy to trade my little spider with. We gotta lock up the Zed here. If he gives me the 3-1, I'll take it. Alright. I'm okay with this 5 going in here. If he has a combat trick 4, I'd be content enough. Okay. So that becomes interesting, right? Because we can play our 5-drop. If our spiders don't die, we can play Elise plus... I guess if a spider does die, we can still play Elise and the other guy. No, Zed, no. You're not allowed to attack. He's attacking no matter what with his flyer. He doesn't want to trade the other guys. Ooh. I'm not going to block the 2-3 because I plan to just play Elise here. So now we got to go kill his guys.
Let me change into something more.
And we don't consider remotely putting Elise in harm's way. That's fine. Oh, he saved his Zed. Okay. Oh. Not gonna lie, that's a little scary. Alright. If he swings with Elise, we could threaten a kill on it. Or Anivia. We can trade our Elise because we have another one. But what does this chump blocker into there? That guy dies. Yeah, we're fine here. We'll go there. You're gonna die anyways. You kill that guy. You kill that guy? Going to 3 could just be a ginormous mistake. Or we'll go to 2.
Old masks let young eyes see clearly. The world awaits! Forward!
All right.
Remember why we fight! Defy and resist. Can you still rise?
We got answers. If I did that first, he probably would have let me swing also, so. My god, man. The Yeti after the Ash. Blowout. Now I can't block. If I held the spider, we would have got there. That's most savage shit ever. Oh, wrecked. Who knew we could have a spider deck like that and just absolutely get obliterated? All right, let's go claim some rewards. See what we get. And we'll call it a day for this video. Get an upgrade. Oh, Dawn Speaker. Eh, not that happy about Tryndamere, but whatevs. Can't complain, right? Champion's a champion. But yeah, sounds amazing. Wonder why it says 1. All right, well, thanks for watching. You guys have actually, we have another reward. Let's go. That's just the epic card. What do we got? Minotaur. Nope, Captain Farron. All right, once again, thanks for watching. Have a great one. Deuces.